Having a quality gaming motherboard can be the foundation for quality PC build, and is often the most overlooked aspect of a build. But how do you know which motherboard will be best for you and your build? Well, in this video we break down the top 5 best gaming motherboards on the market this year based on price versus performance, and situations they'll be used in. So if you're interested in finding out which gaming motherboard will be best for you, stay tuned. As always, all the links to all the products mentioned in this video will be in the description down below. We always keep the description up to date with information we might not get a chance to mention in this video. We also update the description down below with links to find the best price on each product. So, for the most up-to-date information, along with updated pricing, be sure to check out that description. First up is the GIGABYTE Z370 AORUS Gaming 5. The Gaming 5's layout includes a triple M.2 storage and triple by 16 length PCIe slots, as well as a single Type-C USB front panel header. The input-output panel has 2 Wi-Fi antenna connectors, and the USB port includes one Type-A port, along with 2 yellow DAC up to USB 3.0 ports with adjustable voltage, 2 regular USB 3.0 ports, and a USB 3.1 Gen 2 Type-A port that sits on the same 2-lane PCIe 3.0 controllers as the Type-C port. The final 2 ports are USB 2 and suitable for low-speed peripherals such as keyboards and mice. The 2 metal reinforced LED lighting PCIe slots switch from x16x0 to x8x8 mode whenever a card is installed in the lower of these 2 slots, meaning it has multiple graphics card capabilities. The Z370 AORUS Gaming 5 overclocks very well, and its great software should make overclocking a relatively easy endeavor. GIGABYTE's Z370 AORUS Gaming 5 is a strong overall good value, and it's a killer buy for customers who love RGB lighting excess, making it one of the best motherboards on the market. Next up is the MSI Gaming Intel H270 DDR4. The H270 Gaming Pro Carbon presents itself as a motherboard with an edge. It's both good looking, and it has some extras in the form of a DDR4 speed boost and DMI bandwidth, courtesy of a minor upgrade from the H170 chipset. It is a full-sized motherboard with crossfire support and space for 2 NVMe M.2 slots. Aesthetically, the low-key color scheme of silver, matte black, and carbon fiber vinyl heatsinks do make a winning combination. Once you engage the underlying Mystic Lighting RGB LEDs, the color morphs the board into something elegant. Spacing on the board was, as expected of an ATX, very accommodating. Maneuvering large coolers or fan connectors onto the board was without any hassle. MSI have included their PCI steel armor and EMI shielding, although only for one slot because most users of an H270 motherboard likely won't populate the second slot. Also, MSI's H270 is only AMD Crossfire supported, not NVIDIA SLI supported, and it also has some level of overclocking support. The MSI H270 Gaming Pro Carbon is a good motherboard if you're Team Intel, and an all-around good motherboard. Next up is the GIGABYTE X299 AORUS Gaming 9. The Gaming 9, an HEDT motherboard, fitted with a whole lot of features designed to squeeze out and drive as much performance from a Skylake X processor as it can. GIGABYTE seems to have spared no effort with the RGB lighting on the X299 AORUS Gaming 9. From the VRM heatsink with the big AORUS insignia on it and the rear I/O panel, down to the motherboard's reinforced PCIe slots, the motherboard also has lots of light that can come off of it if you wanted to. It has a solid reinforced backplate for adding rigidity and acting as an indirect heatsink to the motherboard. The motherboard can support up to a 2-way SLI multi-GPU setup for NVIDIA's GeForce graphics cards, as well as a 3-way Crossfire X multi-GPU support for AMD's Radeon series graphics cards. The X299 AORUS Gaming 9 is fitted with 2 8-pin ATX12V power connectors at the top of the motherboard, giving overclockers the extra added option of feeding more power through the motherboard. All in all, the GIGABYTE X299 AORUS Gaming 9 motherboard is a great motherboard for all of your gaming needs, with a good amount of ports, a solid design, and the ability to suit all of one's overclocking needs. If you're interested in updated pricing or going more in depth on some of the features of any of the items mentioned in this video, be sure to check out the links below. And if you're interested in staying up to date with the best in tech gear, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Next up is the ASUS ROG Maximus 9 Hero. The Hero has 3 x 16 length PCIe 3.0 slots, but you're only going to want to put 2 graphics cards in the system. The expected LGA 1151 options of x 16x0x4 or x 8x8x4 pathways are still in play, where the PCH-fed x 4 slot doesn't support SLI. The Maximus 9 Hero includes a vast sticker kit, beverage coaster, and a CPU holder to ease installation, in addition to the traditional 4 set of cables, an I/O shield, a thermal probe lead, an HB-style SLI bridge, a driver disc, bracket, and M.2 screws, and a complete user's manual. The overall board look is metallic gray on black theme, with the abstract line serving as the motif for this new ROG series. ASUS seems to be going with a unique theme per board, and the Maximus 9 Hero has cutouts on its heatsinks, which add a really cool visual touch to the motherboard. It tends not to draw an excessive amount of power from your power supply. The ASUS ROG Maximus 9 Hero is a solid mainstream build with support for dual GPUs, high-speed memory, and plenty of options for overclocking. Personalization options go way further, with extensive AORUS support, and while the software itself lacks more effects, if you prefer just simple transitions, there's plenty right here. Next up is the ASUS ATX DDR3 2600 FM2. The Crossblade Ranger impresses from the moment you lift it out of the box. This is a hefty piece of hardware, in part because of the 3 solid slabs of metal that comprise the VRM and chipset heatsinks. While a weighty motherboard isn't a good indicator of performance, it certainly feels nice. The chiseled heatsinks, the matte black PCB, and the muted red and black color scheme are pleasantly aggressive without crossing the line into tackiness. ASUS refrained from printing feature blurbs all over the PCB too, contributing to the clean presentation. This is the kind of motherboard that windowed cases were made to display. The VRM heatsinks are short enough that most CPU coolers should clear them without issue. On the storage front, ASUS has tapped every one of the 8 SATA 6 Gbps ports from the A88X chipset. The Ranger has plenty of expansion slots. The red PCIe slots share 16 lanes of Gen 3 connectivity between them, which can be devoted entirely to a single GPU, or split between a pair of pixel pushers for Crossfire X setups. NVIDIA SLI support is absent, however. The Crossblade Ranger includes ASUS's Supreme FX 2014 audio hardware and software suite. There are 2 USB 2 ports and 2 USB 3 ports tied to the A88X chipset. The USB 3 ports below the Ethernet jack are driven by an AS media controller. If the rear port cluster doesn't provide enough USB connections, the Ranger has internal headers for another 2 USB 3 ports and 6 more USB 2 ports, all from the A88X chipset. All in all, the ASUS ATX DDR3 2600 FM2 is a great motherboard for an AMD CPU. Alright guys, that's all for this video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please go ahead and give it a like. If you are new to the channel and you liked it, consider subscribing. We do our best to keep you up to date with the best tech products on the market right now. So if you want to know what the best tech gear out there is, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to check out the description for links to find the most up-to-date pricing on all the products mentioned in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, hope everyone has a great day, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.